Hello, my friends. My name is Debbie Reed. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Kingston, Idaho, and welcome to my Debbie Reed at Cards 03 YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you a card that I made using the Amber Autumn, and we're going to use the acorn and the leaves this time. The last video I used the pumpkin and the squash. And this is the card I'm going to show you how to make today. It's a fun fold. And so when it folds, it looks like this. So let's get started, and I will walk you through the cutting process and then how to create the rest of the card. So the first thing you need is a 8.5 by 11 cardstock of crushed curry. And the first thing we're going to do is cut the cardstock the lengthwise at 5.5. So right there. You're going to have this as your extra piece, just something you can use later. Now we're going to turn it clockwise and we're going to score. And the first score line is going to be 1 3/4. So we're going to score, and then we're going to go to 3.5. Bring it here and score. And then we're going to go to 5 1/4. And then to 7, right like that. Then when you're done scoring that, you're going to do another quarter turn. So this is where you're going to have your writing on the back of your card. Whoops, right here. So this is, and then you're going to turn it this way. And then we're going to cut our edges. So you have 4 score lines, 1 2 3 4. We're going to score, we're going to cut between the first and the third. You're not even coming down to the fourth. You're going to bring this to 1 1/4 inches, which right here on the cutter, and you're going to bring your cutting blade. Let me lift this up. We're going to bring the cutting blade to the score line, and you're going to cut from the score line down to this score line. Then you're going to go 1 1/4 inches again, and you're going to bring it from the score line. You can go up or down, it doesn't matter. So on this one, from the score line to the score line. And that is it for making the card base, okay? So then what we would do is we're going to do our folds. So you're going to line this up from edge to edge, and then you're going to use your bone folder, and you're going to give it a nice crease. Okay, then we're doing so we've got the valley, mountain, valley, mountain. So your card's going to end up like that. So you can put these and just, you don't want to crease on this side, otherwise you're going to get this image creased in there. So you want to crease that, then fold this one. You're going to give these separate creases. We're burnishing just so that the card will open and close well. So we've got this one to do. Okay, and then your card is going to accordion like that. And then you're going to take this one and pop it out. So basically you're just burnishing everything. So when the card stands, let's grab the card back. When the card stands, it's going to actually stand. Okay, these go in. This pops out. It's going to stand like that. So basically you'd be seeing it like this. Or you could have it display like that. But so we're going to make the card. And right now we're going to I'm going to just show you all the pieces as we move along. So you can lay it flat while you're putting your pieces together. We're doing early espresso, and all of the sizes that I have cut will be in the link below. And so the first thing you want to do is we're going to glue this to the base side, or where you're going to put one of the sentiments actually. So we're going to put that down. And the reason I'm doing it this way instead of putting the layers on, it's just getting rid of all of the extra little pieces of paper, and then we can layer this with the designer series paper. So there's that one. Then you're going to take these 4 little squares, or these rectangles. Oops, clumsy. There's 4 of them. So we're going to glue these in place. And that's going to go right there. And then you're going to proceed with the other 3. Get this glue glob off of my glue gun. All right. Put this one here. And then we're going to do the other 2. This is a fun little card to make, and this set has been very cute. So if you like fall, you would want the fall paper, and you would love the Amber Autumn stamp set. Okay, so then we've got those, and now we're going to do these 2 side panels, also in the early espresso. And then these will be overlaid with the Gathering Together Designer Series paper, and I will show you that when we get to that part. Okay, there's that one. I wanted to see some of the crushed curries, so that's why I cut these like this. You could actually just put the Designer Series paper and not do the matting. It's up to you. But I cut mine to be with seeing the crushed curry and the Designer Series paper. And then the last one's going to go right here. Right like that. Okay, then to show you the paper, I didn't bring it out. Oh, wait a second, I have it. It's right here. Okay, I wanted to show you this paper. You get 2 sheets of each piece. So this is one that I used a lot. It's the white with all the colors. And then this is the back side, which is also, not on this card, it was on another. Sorry, I'm confused. Okay, so this is one of the colored papers. And then this is one also with the white in the oranges and browns. And then this is the back side to that. And then we have this one that's the beige, and then the back side of this one. And so the back sides don't have the shimmer. This is one with the gold shimmer, and then this is the back side. Then there's this one and the back side, and then this one and the back side. So it's really a pretty paper pack. And so now to show you what I have cut for the card. Okay, so we're going to take all of our other pieces that we're going to be using, and we're going to put those on. So let me grab so we're going to glue this one down, and this is going to go on, obviously, this large piece, and it will lay right there with a little of that border. Okay, then we're going to put our strips on. And when you're doing, so because the strips are a pattern, you want to cut them equally. It looks like, let me see here. It looks like I didn't on this one. What in the heck? Let me see if this one's cut even. That will bother me. We're going to use these. That one's not an even pattern. I don't know why. Okay, we're going to put these on. And I'm going to go this way. Okay, that works. With stripes, you would notice the difference. So I just tried to match the stripe pattern. I've got a clog here again. What the heck? All right, let's try this. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. My glue gun was stuck. Okay, there we go. This one's going to go there. And then we're going to glue this one down on the other side. And that will go right here. All right, and then we're gonna glue the green strips. So this one's gonna go right here. Well, that doesn't look like I cut it well. What in the world? And I don't have another, we're gonna just use it. Or maybe I'm gonna cut another. I don't like that. I don't know why that's not fitting. Let me see. Let me see what I did wrong here. I think I just cut that too short. Okay, it's supposed to be 1 7/16. And oh my goodness, no. All right, let me cut this real quick. Then cut another little piece. 1 7/16. I don't like that at all. All right, real quick. 1 7/16. 1 4 7/16, right there. Let me see. Oh yeah, I was off. Okay, 1 7/16 by, let me see where I'm going here. Sorry about that, guys. It happens. Okay, by 2 3/4. All right, we will get this out of the way. 2 3/4. And right there. Okay, now let's see how we did. Oh, much better. All right, put this one down. When you start cutting all these pieces, it gets very confusing in the sizes when you've got so many pieces. All right, then we're going to now pop this up, and this piece is going to get laid with a 3 3/8 by 2 7/8, and that will go on here. Oh, maybe this one's wrong. This one's for the inside piece. Okay. 3 1/8 by 2 7/8 is going to be for this one. There we go. So we're going to glue those together. 3 1/8 by 2 7/8 for the early espresso. And then this one lays on top of there. Okay, folding this down. This is going to be where you're centering on this square. Okay, so you're looking at this edge, and this one to make it be even, and wherever it ends up there. So we're going to glue this down. And there's all of our pieces until we get to the inside. So we're going to do some stamping. Okay, ta-da! We have that put together. Now I have, so you would stamp your little leaf and acorn and color it. And then of course you would die cut it. And then I also, ahead of time, did the stamping just because there's so much to this little card. I didn't want to spend forever here. So I die cut some leaves. And I die cut this little die. I don't know what set this came from, so I'll have to check and see if I can find what set it was with, but I love this. So I stamped from the stamp set, the Autumn Wishes, and I stamped it in Cajun Craze, and there that is on this label. And so we're gonna take our little sentiment and we're going to place it on the card. So close your card back up again. And we're going to put this here. And then you're going to figure out where your little leaf and acorn is going to go. So this is kind of going up into the corner, and then this is going to fall however you place this on here. So like that. So I'm going to hold that in place. I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to glue this down. You could prop it up on dimensionals. I think I'm going to, just because it looks cute. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals, pop this up. Okay, and take off the tabs and put this up in this upper corner on the right side. All right, I'm going to tuck this under here. Right, like that. Okay, and then this we'll just glue. Do I want it flat? I think I do. I'm going to just glue the bottom of this and let that just kind of hang. So we're going to glue the bottom. And I don't need to worry about popping this up because it's already going to get popped up with the popped up sentiment. So that will just sit like this. Okay, there's the front of our card. Then for the inside, we are going to stamp "Have a perfectly," what does it say? "Have a perfectly lovely day" from the Autumn Expressions. This is I think this one's, I don't know if it's on the retired list or not. I will have to check on that as well. But have a perfectly wonderful day. We're going to stamp this. Let me put it on a block. So line this up. And then we're going to get our Cajun Craze. All right. And going to stamp this on the right side. And the reason is because there's going to be leaves going through off of the sentiment. So we're going to put this to the right. Make sure this is straight. Let me see if I'm lined up here. Okay, right like that. All right, and there's that. And then we're going to take the other piece of the brown. So this was the 3 3/8 by 2 7/8, and this is going to overlay on this one. So we'll glue that down. Onto the early espresso, like that. And then this is going to go into the center. Now, when you put this in the center, so you want to make sure that it's going to go under this. So what I do is I line this up on this back side, and then I'm going to put my glue. And I'm going to hold on to this left side. And I'm going to close this. And then that will line that up to where it's going to be covered when you close the card. Okay, then we're going to now accent this with our leaves. So I'm going to take this one and this one, and I'm going to place those up here like that. Maybe I'll turn this one so it overlays here. And then we're going to put 2 of them over here. So I will go like this. And then this one will come right there. So we're going to glue these down. This one I'm going to put up on a dimensional. And I will use my minis for this. Like maybe 2 of them. And let's see where I want this. Maybe right there. All right, take the tabs off. on. My goodness, there's a lot of planes flying over my house today. Take this one off. Okay, there. And then we're going to glue this one on here. So let's grab our glue. And the leaves, I didn't tell you, are from Happy Hibiscus. That's where I got the leaves from. Okay, so we're going to put that there. I'm going to plop this one on here, just because I wanted part of it to overhang onto the sentiment. And then that part's done. Now we're going to glue this yellow one down because the Cajun craze is overlapping. So that's going to go right there. And then the Cajun craze will go over that one. And it's going to go just like that. And then this can be popped up or flat, and I think I'm going to just leave it flat. And put that just like that. Okay, now that's the front of the card completed. Ta-da! I think that's so cute. It stands like that. Okay, now for the back side, you would flip this over and you would glue. Okay, so this is a 3 3/4 by 5 3/8 if you want to have it layered, which I do. And you would actually write on your card before you glue this down. So I'm not going to adhere mine, but I am going to show you how it looks if I did. So you'd put your sentiment, another one, or just whatever you're going to write on there. And then this is going to just sit right here on the back. And that's my card. I hope you like it. I hope you'll consider casing it. And in the meantime, go make something uniquely yours and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.